Hey everyone, welcome to JMB Sound. I'm your host Jumi, and it's a pleasure to have you back here in the channel. Today I'm gonna talk about one of the lights that I've had in most of my shows as a backup or as an actual just background light, and it is the Eurolite KLS180 battery powered. I actually use this so much that I don't even know how long the battery lasts anymore. It is advertised to operate for 20 hours. I don't think I've ever used it for that long. I think my longest set was 5 hours, and it hold on for 5 hours. Of course, when I'm in a show with JMB Sound, I usually don't use it 100% of the time, and I also don't use it 100% of the time on all colors blasting all the time. Since it's battery powered, it is pretty convenient, and I use it, as I said, a lot. If I had a second one of these, I would definitely use it as much as this first one, because it is 4 mini washes combined in one bar. You just need one DMX cable. There's less issues with it. I would say though that the APLAV Maxis V2 are way more powerful than these, but this is a pre-mounted bar, so I just have a speaker stand or a gravity unit stand. I just pop it on the floor, put this on top, and I just press the button and it does the job on its own. I don't want to spend a lot of time on the features of the actual light on its own. I would prefer to have it DMX'd, but since we are here already, let's turn it on. You can see that I already flashed the light. DMX address, status, auto mode, automatic mode 1. This is automatic mode 1. So it's flashing lights on different colors. As I said, not a fan of using the automatic modes because they're all over the place all the time, and it doesn't matter what you do, there's no use for me. I believe there's a sound mode. This is sound mode number 1. Oh, 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 hey, yeah, oh, oh, oh. Yeah, sound mode number 1. It just changed colors. And I think sound number 2. Oh, 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 yeah, oh, oh, oh. Okay, this one is a bit more interesting, but it's still pretty limited in my view. But you still have sound mode, the speed. You can also have the sensitivity of the music, if it reacts to louder or less loud noises. Color mode to set it fixed like an uplight. And there's of course a master and slave mode. And economic mode, I guess it just saves power by using less. And infrared, I think that's for the controller. That means you have a little controller that comes with it. I never used it, but that's it. So I will set it to DMX, and it is already set to DMX 93. I am actually gonna go into Show Body Active, which is my software of choice, and it's super easy to use with a pre-configured fixture profile that I already put into the software. All right, so I set up the KLS180 battery powered on a mic stand. Yes, a mic stand because I can. I'm a sound engineer, I do whatever I want, all right? And I'm recording with OBS, my Show Body Active on the screen on the Mac, so we can appreciate what I am doing. So let's go into my Show Body Active. I have the KLS180 21 channel selected, and since it has a dimmer on the first channel, and not an analog dimmer but a digital dimmer, I can just boost the red, and you can see 5th channel. I have my first color. I'm gonna select all of the red channels, so we have uniformity. We have the 4 red channels on the 4 fixtures. You can see each one of them is independent of each other, so one can be red, the other can be blue, or green, sorry. The other can be blue, and the last one can be white, right? So pretty neat little fixture. It acts just like an uplight, so it's just like a wash fixture. Let's turn off everything. Let's do something a bit more amusing, thanks to the properties of show body, we can go into the effects page, select a rectangle. This is just red because show body has the, if there is an image or a rectangle on screen, it affects the fixture that is pointed at by equally. I can also change what that rectangle is for, right? So the saturation, I can also reduce its brightness to 0. And I can also make a repeat to add a second color to the mixture. So that way it would be red, blue, and red. But since there is a mix of red and blue, we can appreciate some pink. And we kind of have something similar to a pixel effect where we actually have a red and blue wave going through the fixtures. We haven't seen the little LEDs at the top over there, and those are the B strobes. You can see they're reacting right now. With that function specifically, you cannot actually control which ones are doing what. They are all fixed to one parameter, which is channel 4, and they only flash randomly, first one, then the other one, then ranges of 2, then ranges of 3, and it does that kind of, well, not randomly, but it does choose on its own. You cannot just say, okay, I want those 2 or those 2 in the middle, or 3 or 3. You can see it kind of changes. It is invariable. Of course, with this you set the speed, that would be the maximum strobe. Actually, won't be able to appreciate the actual strobe because it's going too fast for the camera to reproduce this. So let's go to a red and a blue to make some pink. The color mixing is RGBW, so we can still make a lot of colors with this, but I think you've noticed throughout the video that every time I put a color, there's a little bit of a hiss, right? The brighter it is, the more that hiss is present. So if I go to all the colors, I'm gonna press Shift and select all my colors and then boost them all. You can hear that very softly in the background. Not extremely distracting. If there's people talking and stuff happening, you won't be hearing it. But you can see that this light is pretty bright. The room is already bright by itself. Of course, it's a wash light, so don't expect beams. Expect very wide-angled projection. I will show you the strobe capabilities by using this full white color, meaning RGBW all active maximum, and I'm gonna start strobing with channel 2. You can see it's strobing with increments, and of course there's gonna be a point where the camera is not gonna be able to keep up. And it works live. Like what I'm seeing, if I look directly at the LEDs and get blinded, I actually get a nice strobe effect, but sadly not recordable on the camera. You can see that there's lines coming through. The thing about the dimmer is you can have your colors and you can automate your dimmer to make specific effects. For example, in show body, I can set it to triangle, set it up to, I don't know, 40%, and then I have a dimming effect going on. I can actually also offset that. So, oh no, sorry, I cannot offset that because that's one channel. But I could, if I put my dimmer to 100%, I can choose all of the channels, red, green, blue, and do then a triangle wave, and it will do this. If I offset it now, I will create color mixing. The more I offset it, the more it's gonna mix. Of course, there's a point where everything balances against each other, so it's gonna be 1:1, which usually is a 0.8, 8.0 or similar. It's gonna start to, there's values to this. I don't remember them by heart, sadly. That is a very simple light, but I haven't seen a lot of reviews about it, and it's surprisingly small, because in the pictures I thought it was gonna be a very large bar, like the moving heads that Eurolite has, or the other wash bars that I've seen, which is the Sonic Pulse 4 par set, which is on the same price but not battery powered. Those are bigger, those are larger bars. This one is extremely compact for it is. If I can put it on a mic stand, you guess that is not super heavy, very easy to transport. Now I'm using it via wired DMX, via the NTech Pro USB, but it actually has the features of the Eurolite Quick DMX, so meaning it has a USB port on the back where you can plug your little USB stick or your DMX dongle, also Eurolite, and actually you could use the Eurolite Quick DMX ecosystem that I haven't used, so I don't know if it's reliable or not. I guess it's generating 2.4, so don't expect. So far, I find the light is pretty cozy, it's pretty nice. It's a bit of a shame that you cannot control the strobe LEDs, the little ones on the top individually. That would be awesome. It would, because they are actually pretty bright for what they are, but they're only that, they're only strobes. But it gives a nice effect. Mostly if I'm using what I like to use in Show Body Active, which is the star field, I usually like to have a star field effect. I usually try to do that, and it mixes relatively well with the little strobes on the top. It's plenty bright. I expected much less for the price. I expected much less. Battery powered, I said before. I've used it, I don't know, a long time and it hasn't failed. Of course, it has DMX, and that's the best way by far to use this light. The remote control I have not used, and I don't think I will be using it since I can use wired DMX. There's a lot of stuff that I like about this light. I'm only a bit disappointed on the fact that you cannot control those LEDs individually. It retails as of today without any discounts on Thomann 298 euros, so 300 euros for one of these. I think that for 600 euros, you have two of these and you already have a relatively nice DJ set to play battery powered. So that is actually very nice. If not, you can also get the non-battery powered for 219 euros. So it's the exact same thing as here, but you have to plug in a power cable behind it. I do prefer, for what, 80 more euros, I prefer the battery power version by far, since I know it lasts a long time. They actually do not say how long it takes to charge, but I've noticed that I just plug it in and I think 4 hours later it's fully charged from almost zero. I think it was 25% the last time I left it, because I used it like 4 gigs and I didn't charge it. I also do these videos with it, so I do recommend using or trying at least Show Body Active. They have a free demo on the internet that you can just download and play it. It will mute your DMX signal every 5 or 4 minutes or something like that for 10 seconds. You just wait 10 seconds and you just keep playing. It lets you try out the entirety of the software except for the video features, and you don't have to pay anything. You just go for it. Now, one of the things about Show Body, I'm just gonna quick do a disclaimer here, is you need there's not a lot of fixtures that are already in the system. You need to use DMXs, and it doesn't have APLAPs, it doesn't have a lot of Eurolites. There's a lot of fixtures missing. You may need to go to DMXs. It's pretty easy to do. You go to DMXs and you add your fixture profile there. Once you have it, you download a zip file, you put it into Show Body Active. Just be sure to read the manual before doing anything. In this case, channel 1 is a dimmer, channel 2 is a general strobe for the 4 bars. The third one is a program. I think it's a light program, that a pre-program or something related to colors, if I'm not mistaken. Does it do anything? I don't know. It must be a pre-program if you selected another channel previously. I personally do not use it. The 4th channel is the little strobes on the top. I already explained that. Well, yeah, strobes. From channel 5 to channel 20, you have all the colors for the 4. So 4 colors for the 4 bars. And finally, a last program section, which I think it's the automated programs. As you can see, that I don't know which is which, but basically you have them there. Maybe this the 3rd channel could be the sound active mode. I don't know. You have to figure it out if you ever get it or try it. For a person that is just using this and a NTech Pro USB platform for easy DMX, or just I think the sound switch also has a cable that goes directly into the fixture. If you use one of these, it's pretty easy. You can actually have two of them connected because it has DMX in and DMX out. It's very, very easy to make it work. And I think I am not a fan of the automatic modes, but I think some DJs would like to use it. And I think one of the reviews that I've seen, well, it wasn't really a review, it was just a video showcasing the KLS battery powered. It was just using automatic modes. Not a fan of that. I prefer to sync stuff to music, but for what it actually is a pretty nice price. What do you think about it? Do you think this is worth it? It is not. I think this is the only review that you will find on the internet about this product. Maybe I am just a cheap ass and I keep on buying normal lights. Hey cat. Yeah. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I am interrupted by my cat right now. But basically, let me know in the comments what you think about this light. And be sure to like and subscribe and ring the bell to keep up to date with the JMB Sound comments. I'm gonna keep on getting some new stuff soon, and I'm pretty sure gonna keep on reviewing so I can update everyone on if it works, if it doesn't work, if I had trouble with it or not. So far, this one is worth it. So, see you in the next video.